Today I want to quickly cover high-end packages and how you can and should be charging more for your officiant services. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to Grow My Officiant Business. My name is Chad Muncie. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to jump right into our subject, but first, if you haven't, go to our website, growmyofficiantbusiness.com. We're updating resources continuously there, free tools that you can use to grow your officiant business, and you can also download our Quick Start Guide and our Strategic Growth Partnership, the Guide to Building Wedding Business Relationships. If you haven't done that yet, go check it out. And please subscribe. You're the reason that I keep doing this and that I am on the air. So if you haven't yet, subscribe. Now that that's out of the way, I want to jump in today to something that someone asked me about this week, and I think it's really important. There are so many officiants out there, and there's more officiants each and every day. And a lot of people, they get afraid of that. They say, there's so much competition out there. Chad, how am I going to differentiate myself and my business? How am I going to show couples that I'm the choice they should make? This episode today will clarify all of that. It all comes down to what I'm talking about today. It talks about either pricing yourself out of the game, pricing yourself into the millions of officiants out there, or pricing yourself to where you can create full-time income for yourself and a real business out of this incredible career. So I'm going to jump into what I'm calling the episode is high-end packages and charging more. I want you to think about your officiant business, your services, and your packages as a certain thing. But before you think about it, if you're not in this yet and you haven't yet priced anything, typically when you become a wedding officiant, you have several different packages. You have a low-end package, you have a mid-level package or a couple mid-level packages, and then you have a high-end package. Every package includes a certain radius that you travel, a certain mileage. Every package includes something you do for the people. You might have a telephone call with them. You offer either a templated service or a custom ceremony service. You might offer special ceremonies or rituals, and then you might file the license or provide them a certificate. You provide different levels. So these different levels I'm calling packages. And every level from low to high is a different price with your low rate and then your premium rate. So I want you to think about every package that you do as a brand of a model, a brand and a model, let's go with that, of a vehicle. So, for instance, there are lots of officiants. When I say lots, the majority of officiants, probably 75 to 80% of officiants offer Hyundai and Kia services. I'm going to go with some car brands, and it's going to be funny because I'm going to keep using them throughout the episode. But I want to use these because we're very familiar. So a lot of officiants offer Hyundai and Kia services. Some officiants offer Mercedes or BMW services, maybe Lexus, the higher end. So we'll just go with Mercedes. And then few officiants offer Royce services. So let me go over those again. Lots of officiants, most officiants offer Hyundai and Kia services. Some officiants offer Mercedes services, and few officiants offer Royce services. Now, what do I mean when I say this? I'm going to explain each one of these so you get a better idea of what the heck I'm talking about. Hyundai and Kia services are officiants that don't specialize in anything. They're just a wedding officiant. They haven't yet come to a specialty or a really cool offering, one thing that they do. They don't have a target audience. They don't stand out, and they can be found in long lists on the internet. You might go on Wedding Wire or The Knot, and these are the ones that just, they have a listing, but it's just in these thousands of officiants, so they're hard to spot. These Hyundai and Kia serviced officiants, their websites either don't exist or they're just thrown up with confusing text. Some of them have no prices, or the prices are all over the place. They're low prices, and they're difficult to get in touch with. They have forms with just like name, email, and then a little message box. And that doesn't really have a call to action. There's a lot of these. It could be all of these, or it could be a few of these. And some of you might be beginning and you're in that category and you're not meaning to be. And that's why I'm pointing these out. And I'm going to tell you a lot more information about how to get out of that and all that in a little bit. But let me clarify. Then you have the Mercedes services. The Mercedes level service officiants are officiants that show a very specific package, or they have very specific packages that have lots of value, and they're unique. They're at premium price points. Their websites are clean. They're professional. They're attractive. And all of their websites tell a story about the officiant. You can learn about the officiant. You can get to know, like, and trust the officiant right on their website without even making a phone call. And it makes it easy to get a price. You can go on their website, you can either see a price, or you can get a quote really quickly and easily, and you can find more information. You can distinguish them from the fly-by-night officiants, or the people that are just in the long list. You see that website, you're like, man, this is a professional website. I know that this person I can trust. Look at these reviews on here. I can see some testimonies from their customers. It's just well thought out. That's a Mercedes level. Then you have the Rolls-Royce level officiants. The services are Rolls-Royce level services, and these are premium. They're very premium. They're targeted services. They are like characters or cosplay or destination wedding services or high-end thrill-seeking packages. Maybe it takes you up in a helicopter. And this doesn't have to be one package. I'm saying that website, they might have several packages, but all of them are destination weddings, or all of them are these higher end things. The elopement might be $500 and their high end package might be $2,000. They're high end Rolls-Royce, what I call Rolls-Royce services. They're hard to find elsewhere, and they are higher priced, but people don't mind paying the higher price because what you're getting. Their websites are beautiful. They're thought out. They're concentrated on that one thing, that one type of ceremony. So all the packages are very high value, and they have several packages that are based on that one thing, and they have a qualification process because they don't want just anybody questioning. They don't have time. They're very busy. So they have a qualification. You have to fill out a form with several questions, and they're very in demand. So they're in high demand. So those are the three top. You have the Hyundai and Kia, you have the Mercedes services, and you have the Rolls-Royce services. You can't price yourself at a Rolls-Royce service, and you can't charge a ton for one of your service if the other things don't match. If you are not going to show up, if you're not going to not show up to the wedding, but if you're not going to show up and really add the value and do the things that are required of you to charge Rolls-Royce prices, if your website doesn't say this is a Rolls-Royce officiant and they're just, wow, this is very professional. If you throw a website up and you put up some packages and you haven't spent some time trying to develop your brand, and I'm not saying months, I'm saying spent some time trying to get a nice website up, your social media is great, you've got to look the part of a Rolls-Royce service if you're going to charge the price for a Rolls-Royce service. Now, if you're wanting to do this, if you're wanting to be a wedding officiant full time, if you're wanting to be a profitable wedding officiant, if you're wanting to become a wedding officiant that provides for your family and where you can quit your job, if your goal is to do it full time, you've got to be in the Mercedes level services. You got to be charging Mercedes level prices and look that, or you've got to be charging the Rolls-Royce services. Now, people come to me and they've heard this analogy. I've talked to people on the phone and told them this analogy before, and they're like, that seems difficult. My question is, why does it seem difficult? There's not a lot to differentiate you between the Hyundai Kia level and the Mercedes level. If you're wanting to charge those Mercedes level prices, which is just a living wage for you as an officiant, you have a higher profitability. It's not that much to differentiate you. You just need a nice, clean website. You need to take the steps to create a business plan and get on social media and post and make sure your pictures look professional. You need to make sure the people that are highly satisfied with you, leave a review and leave testimonials. Maybe ask one of them to get on their phone and record a testimonial and put that on your website. Just get on your phone, hold your phone up outside with a little, some woods in the background, a nice background, and talk to your phone and say, hey, my name's Chad Muncie. I'm a wedding officiant in the so-and-so area. I love helping clients. Here's why I got into this. Here's why I'm passionate. I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Get on your phone, put that on your website. Make sure your website stands out. And then you can charge those Mercedes level prices. Or charge more for a premium service that no one can get anywhere else. One of the people I've had on the podcast and on the channel before, Keith Carson, you've heard him. We had a great episode. He has started, what, in my opinion, what is a Rolls-Royce service website. He has a Viking wedding website. That's all they do. It's a very specific type of thing that he can charge a premium price for because you can't go and find those anywhere else in his area or anywhere close to his area. So a Rolls-Royce service website doesn't mean you have to pay thousands of dollars for a website and hire a photographer and pay them thousands of dollars. It just means your service offering has to be something so unique to your area that when people go on Google to shop for that service, you are the only one that shows up within a certain radius. It might mean you live at the beach and all you do is offer beach packages. That's how I built one of my wedding businesses, is only offered beach packages that had chairs included and beautiful ceremonies and arbors with flowers on them and just right on the beach near the water and, just right on the beach. It was a very specific thing. And because people that were coming down, they could find an officiant or something, but to find a full beach wedding package and paying one price, that is a Rolls-Royce type of service. So creating the Mercedes and the Rolls-Royce type of services to become a full-time officiant is not hard. You just have to consider standing out. And to do the Mercedes level, you just need some specific packages that are very well thought out. You need to have a clean website and get out of that, well, there's a lot of officiants that are offering this price. Don't base your prices on looking at everybody else's, because the majority of people are charging lower prices and thinking, I'm going to get a lot more business, instead of thinking, if I charge higher end, I can provide more value, I can give them a 5-star service they can't get anywhere else, and my business will grow even more because for the amount of money they're paying me, I can spend more time making sure that package is very incredible. So, for instance, I am going to go on right now, and I had someone ask me if I could share one of my high-end packages. And so that is what I'm going to do. My 2 high-end packages for my beach wedding. My first one is a micro wedding package. This is my highest package, which takes me very little time to do. It includes, as you can see, a white arch. It includes a floral arrangement that stays on that arch. So when I just change that floral arrangement out every 4 or 5 months. It has a sand ceremony pedestal, so it has the arch, the pedestal, and then it includes the colored sand for the ceremony. It includes a wedding ceremony with planning call, the signing and filing of license, the special sand ceremony with a keepsake vase. It's a vase that cost me about $2. And then photos of the ceremony. I have a professional photographer that works with me and only charges me $150 for coming out doing that. And you see I get $900 for that. All we have to do is set the arbor up, have the photographer come out, set the little pedestal up, and that's it. It's setting up the 2 items, doing the ceremony, and then paying the photographer $150. So for that, even with my time, I'm making $700 to $750 off of that ceremony. It takes me the same amount of time as doing a $375 ceremony, except because I'm on the beach, because I have an arbor, and because I have a photographer that's going to they're not taking a ton of pictures, 15 to 20 pictures, then I can charge more. Now you're saying, well, I don't have a photographer. I don't have somebody that can do that. However, you could offer, I talked to one of my students today, and we were talking about her offering a pop-up wedding, which I think is a great idea, where she meets in the park, she opens up the back, and she has some curtains, some floral arrangements. She has a custom ceremony. Maybe she's going to do a special ceremony or special ritual there, and she can charge a higher end for that, because most officiants are just officiants, and that's what they're offering. But you want to charge a package like that. The other one that I have, I'm going to show you really quick, is my elopement package, and you can see the elopement package is $550, and all it is adding the photography in there. Somebody comes out and snaps 15 to 20 pictures. Now you might be thinking, Chad, but you have a photographer. Well, you could too. It's called networking. That's what you do. I've got in here the Guide to Building Wedding Relationships. This is exactly what I did to find someone who would do this. I found someone who did photography on the side, and I said, I just need a flat rate for 15 to 20 pictures. They said, okay. Once I had the okay, they come out to these weddings and they're making that $150 just for a few pictures. And then I'm making a lot more on my package for the same amount of work as I would an elopement, really. So the key is finding a way to differentiate yourself, make your packages unique and not just plain Jane. I'm going to perform your wedding ceremony. I'm going to do your vows. These are all normal. A lot of people are offering these. Offer something unique. Find a way you can do that. You might live in the mountains or in a place that has some really cool venues, and you could go to that venue and say, hey, if I did an elopement here and I was here for 40 minutes, how much would you charge? Whatever. You work that out. You build strategic growth partnerships, and you work that out to where you can add more value and charge more. You should be able to have a package where you're charging at least $600 to $900 because it's very specific and no one else in your area, or very few people in your area, are charging that. That's what I wanted to talk to you about, because it's really important as you are trying to grow and build a full-time income, a full-time business. Remember, being an officiant, that's great. I'm a wedding officiant. You can go online and you can learn how to become an officiant, ordained, all of that. Yes, but without building a business foundation to being a wedding officiant, without being the entrepreneur first, you're going to be struggling. You're going to be struggling to get customers, struggling to get business. Become the entrepreneur. And I'm trying to put out as much stuff right now as I can to help you. I've got the training that I just released. And so try your best to get the mindset, I am an entrepreneur first. It's okay to say that you are a business owner first. Then I'll be the wedding officiant and be incredible. But I've got to get this business down. I've got to charge enough, not just to cover my time. I've got to charge enough to be profitable and to grow this business and to give people more than they paid for and give them an incredible 5-star experience. If you want some really cool t-shirts, I've just put some on my website, growmyofficiantbusiness.com. I think there's like a journal on there that says wedding officiant. There's a coffee cup. We're continuously adding stuff there. I've got some other things that were released. And if you want to know more about that, just get in the email list, go to the website, get in the email list, subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate your time every time you listen to me blab about wedding officiant business stuff. So if you haven't yet, join our new Facebook group. The link is in the description, and I can't wait to talk to you again real soon. Have a great day.